glow on the YouTube screen. Sean B steps in where the cuts run deep. From a New York state of mind, she was born to see what gets lost in the dark, what they don't want to speak. Silk in her voice, but the questions hit hard. Pulling back the curtain, laying truth on the yard. Every hush-hush story, every shadow clue. She's piecing up the pain till the whole thing comes through. She don't chase noise, she follows the trail. When the headlines miss, she will still unveil. With a sharp-eyed soul and a heart that knows some stories need light so the healing can grow. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness rise. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. For the tears unseen and the cries turned low, she be lifting up the weight that the world let go. Every fact she finds got a purpose and pulse. Every case she touches makes the silence convulse. No cheap thrills, just grace and fire. Taking buried details higher and higher, where the whispers get drowned and the weak get missed. She's a soulful reminder they still exist. She can feel when the story ain't sitting right. So she walks through the dark just to bring back light. With that grown woman glow and infinite flare, she's reaching for the truth 'cause it's waiting there. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness rise. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. Got that city soul, that uptown grace, and a mind that can read what time can't erase. So gather round close, let the story unfold. Some truths need a voice, some hearts need a hold, and she won't let the quiet just fade away. She's turning low, whispers into words that stay. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness rise. Let the realness rise. Where the hidden gets revealed and every story matters. Late night glow on the YouTube screen. Sean B steps in where the cuts run deep. From a New York state of mind, she was born to see what gets lost in the dark, what they don't want to speak. Silk in her voice, but the questions hit hard. Pulling back the curtain, laying truth on the yard. Every hush-hush story, every shadow clue. She's piecing up the pain till the whole thing comes through. She don't chase noise, she follows the trail. When the headlines miss, she will still unveil with a sharp-eyed soul and a heart that knows some stories need light so the healing can grow. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. She'll be on the scene, bringing dark today, giving lost names rhythm, giving silence a say. Like, share, subscribe, let the people come through. When Sean B talks truth, baby, everybody knew. For the tears unseen and the cries turned low, she be lifting up the weight that the world let go. Every fact she finds got a purpose and pulse. Every case she touches makes the silence convulse. No cheap thrills, just grace and fire. Taking buried details higher and higher, where the whispers get drowned and the weak get missed. She's a soulful reminder they still exist. She can feel when the story ain't sitting right, so she walks through the dark just to bring back light. With that grown woman glow and pimping a flare, she's reaching for the truth, cause it's waiting there. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. She'll be on the scene, bringing dark today, giving lost names rhythm, giving silence a say. Like, share, subscribe, let the people come through. When Sean B talks truth, baby, everybody knew. She got
Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How is everyone? How is everybody? Good morning, lady. Hey, Buttercup, Gretchen. Hey, Nicole. Peanut, good morning. Steptoe, what's up, boo? Hey. Sexy Mama Libra, hey, babe. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. So, it's funny because when I first clicked on here, it said it was 20 people in here. Now it's only 11. That is cool. I love that for us. I really do. Why do I acknowledge it? Because I refuse to let the idiotic nature of some people just sit in the bushes, right? I guess maybe, I don't know. I guess they come in to hear the music. I guess they like the song or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm going to stop trying to figure the shit out. Again, good morning, y'all. I deliberately did not cover this case, the trial or otherwise. Why? Because I'm ignorant. I am. I'm stupid, right? And I can get very emotional where I see racism playing a role. I can get real stupid about some stuff, right? And I am truly an advocate of protecting your peace first and foremost, because stress is a deadly. It's more of a prevalent killer than people would like to think. Stress is. And so, like I said, I am an advocate of protecting your peace and covering the case, covering the trial live streaming the trial and all that kind of stuff, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Number one, I lived in Texas, so I know what it gives. Okay? I know what it gives. Hello, Polo's Porch back up. I don't recognize your name, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. So, after watching some of the reactions yesterday, some were predictable, especially by the Caucasian community. See, I don't call them clear people because they're not clear. They're Caucasian. That is not derogatory. So therefore, we can say that on YouTube, guys. You can say Caucasian. If they can call us black, we can call them Caucasian or white for that matter. When they fill out applications, what do they, when they ask for their race, they don't mark clear. Okay? So it's not a derogatory term. I just want everybody to know that. It is a legal term. They're not clear. They're not YTs. Now, if I say YT on your channel, it's because that's what you use, and I respect your home. You understand? I respect your platform, your porch, your backyard, whatever y'all want to call it. But as far as legal terms are concerned, nothing can be held against you for saying Caucasian or white, because that's what they are. And they have no problem calling us black or African American. They don't call us, you know what I'm saying? Whatever term that they would use for us. So, fuck all that. Back to my point. After watching the reactions, all the ones that I could stand to listen to, some I was proud of. Some I was confused by, because it was a level of contradiction that I just couldn't. Y'all, I just shook my head to it and got on up off of there. You understand what I'm saying? Because my thing is, when you call out the contradiction, they try to justify it by saying, we don't understand. And I'm like, look, I ain't nobody's teacher. I ain't nobody's mama. I said what I had to say. I commented what I had to comment. And yeah, I'm going to leave that up to them. Right? Good morning, Sunflower. Thank you for joining us, baby. And so after a lot of thought, I thought about it yesterday evening, woke up with it on my mind this morning. And most of you who know me, y'all know when it's on me, I got to get it off. And I said, well, my house is a safe place where people can voice their opinion. We're going to respond respectfully. We're going to agree to disagree on whatever that topic, that opinion may be. And if at any time, I'm asking us grown folks right now, if at any time you feel like you cannot be respectful, I ask you one or two things. Stay silent or leave. That's it. That's all. I ask, hey, Smiley, I ask that you either stay silent or leave. Because if you get disrespectful, I'm going to curse you out. And then I'm going to block you where you can never comment on my panel again. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You get disrespectful, and it's a wrap. And I'm going to say it again. I can't wait until YouTube implements a button where block truly means Blocked. You can't see shit. You can't hear shit. You can't comment on shit. None of that. I can't wait. Like, I love Facebook. I love it. And I'm thinking about starting a channel over there. Because YouTube just ain't getting it for me. I don't want to see a motherfucker. I don't want to hear a motherfucker. I don't want a motherfucker to see or hear me either. It's my word. So anywho, let's get into this. My first question to everybody is, hear what I'm saying. If it were you, not your child, not your husband, not your cousin, not your best friend, not your grandchild, if it were you, 17 years old, in high school, with a 4.0 grade point average, in that situation, what would you have done? How would you have handled someone with apparently a reputation of being a bully, him and his twin brother, thinking that they can tell people what the fuck to do? You're confronted with that person with that kind of reputation telling you, get from over here. What would you have done? I'll wait. Sunflower, I'm asking, what would you do? Not your son, not your daughter, not your husband, not your girlfriends, not your grandchildren, not your neighbor, not your godchild. I'm asking, what would you have done? Okay. Y'all see how long I waited? Right? There's 20 people in here and only 2 people answered that question. So what that tells me is 3 people. What that tells me is the experiment that I am going to implement is going to be very successful. No one will be put off. No one will be bothered by the fact that they can't comment. My next live, I am going to turn comments off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn comments completely off. So everybody can just sit back and enjoy. You ain't got to worry about speaking to nobody. You don't have to worry about speaking back if they speak to you. You ain't got to worry about none of that. I'm going to turn the comments off. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. So so let me see. Thank you, Sunflower. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the subject. Okay, Smiley says, honestly, I can't say what I would have done. That's just me being honest. It's hard to say if you're not in that position. Sunflower said that she would have said no and fought, especially if you put your hands on me. Okay. Sexy Mama Libra says, Sean B, I probably would have said something. Good morning, Robin. Thank you for joining us, love. Buttercup says, I had someone put their hands on me and I asked him, do not touch me. And he still continued. And I had to do to him like you do turkey. I don't play. I don't know what that is, but okay. Hope he got the message. Sunflower says, some say walk away. Some say defend yourself. Neither is wrong in my opinion. Absolutely. Lady says, you were taught don't put your hands on anyone, but it can go left real quick. Absolutely. Sunflower, I ain't playing. I'm serious. It's certain things about YouTube that I simply cannot stand. It's certain things about people that I simply cannot stand. The fact that they think that they can play in your face and you're not supposed to notice, what they're blatantly doing. You understand what I'm saying? And that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do with my next live. I'm turning the comments off. I'm telling y'all that ahead of time. So when you come in and you see that you can't comment, don't think you're blocked. Okay. Good morning, Tutu. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Sexy Mama, she said, I'm here, but I'm at work. I understand. Sunflower says, me either, Sean B, and I see it all. Absolutely. Polo says, dang, what the turkey do? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say, first of all, what I would have done. The first thing, and I'm talking about me at 17, not me today. At 17, I'm going to tell you what I would have done. I would have looked around and looked for someone of authority, like a coach, you know what I mean, an assistant coach, somebody like that. I would have looked around and saw what nobody, because at this point, they're just telling him to leave, right? Now, once it escalated to a fight, yeah, we got to go on and dance. You know what I'm saying? We got to go on and dance. Would I have brought a weapon? No. Into the fight. I don't give a fuck how the weapon got there. I don't care what kind of weapon it was. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what kind of weapon it is. Everybody's getting caught up in what kind. It doesn't matter, because the fact of the matter is that Texas law is, as long as the blade is 5 inches or less, it's a legal tool to have on your person. That means on your possession. You understand what I'm saying? It's legal to have. So if it was a hunting type of situation, if it was one of those little pocket joints that's got all the gadgets on it, it was legal to have. So that's why I say it doesn't matter, because that stabbing could have happened with numerous things, given the right placing and the right weight behind it. You understand what I'm saying? So absolutely, Peanut, I get it. She said, if you jump in me, if I can pick up something, well, absolutely. I don't know that he was jumped. I don't know, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. But from what I understand, dude walked over there with his white entitled ass and being a hot-headed bully, telling this kid, get from up under our tent. Well, that's why I said I would have looked around, because who the fuck you think you are? Right? I cussed at 17 too. So, you understand me, y'all? It just got greater later, but I did. Okay? I don't know that I would have had very many words for him, because I, like Peanut, I was a hothead. I didn't do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to tell you to leave me the fuck alone, and then we go on and make it do what it do. We can tear this goddamn tent the fuck down. But am I going to pull a weapon? And no, because I ain't good with weapons. I don't particularly want to that kind of, I don't even want to get that close to the possibility of killing somebody. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And at 17, I can tell y'all, at 17, I had a whole lot of anger in me. Oh man, lady said dancing in the rain. Absolutely. I had a lot of anger in me that a motherfucker could get. But I don't know that I would have used a stabbing kind of tool. Right? I just don't think so. Even with a baseball bat, I'm not aiming at your head. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. Because, see, I am so deathly afraid of prison. It ain't so much you or your life, because you can't fucking with me. But it's the consequences that I know is going to come from my black ass. That's what I am afraid of. So, I don't know that I would have used a weapon, but let me get to the comments. Let me see. Smiley says, yes, Miss Sean B., you're right. People out here play in your face and think you don't notice is crazy work. Sexy Mama Lieber says, I agree with you about YouTube. It's becoming annoying, honestly. It really is. It really is. Sunflower says, yes, I hate it that he brought the weapon, but this should be a teaching moment for our culture at home. Absolutely. Sunflower, oh, lady said dancing in the rain. Sunflower said me either, because ain't nobody worth me losing my freedom. Nobody but my kids. I will willingly, lovingly lose my freedom for my children, my minor children. And I only got one of them. The rest of them, they grown. They better act accordingly and carry on. Sunflower says, oh, she's speaking. Okay. Peanut says, we're speaking of when we were 17. I was not thinking about going to prison. I operated in the moment. I understand. Absolutely. And I did too. Impulsively, right? Impulsively like a mother. But I didn't do weapons is all I'm saying. Especially the kind that stab. I don't want your shit on me. I don't want your blood on me. We can get dirty. But I don't necessarily want the kind of the amount of blood on me that come from stabbing somebody. Like I don't even, I will fight. Don't get me wrong. But do I want to? No. Don't be pulling my hair and getting my clothes all dirty and all that kind of dumb shit rolling around on the ground. Now I probably got scrapes and shit on my pretty ass legs. And yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to and willing are two different things. Now you come fucking with me. There's a really, really, really thin line between not wanting to and willing. And that line is so damn thin, it's almost invisible. You know what I'm saying? No, I never carried a knife, Peanut. Lady says, back then we fought though. Absolutely. She says, it's this today generation. Yes. Yes, it is. And so now I want to ask you guys, what would you say to your children that are 17 or younger, still in high school or younger? What's the talk that you're going to have or have had with your children? Sunflower says, yes, Peanut, I fought and went to folks' door back then and should have went to jail, but God. Lady says, sorry. It still depends on, it's still defend yourself, however that might look. Sunflower says, now that I know better, we talk to our youngest about keeping his hands to himself unless somebody hits him. Peanut says, I've always told my children to tell and defend themselves. Now I have to specify. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, once once the trajectory changed in our society from it not only being the police that were unjustly handling us, and when I say handling, I mean speaking, um, negotiations or the lack thereof, violence, doing their job, just simply doing their job. I'm talking about neighbors, because that's where the Karens came in at. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Once that started becoming more and more prevalent, because y'all need to know they've always been there. Always. When Black people started getting good jobs and making good money and buying homes and moving into neighborhoods that many of us live in, and white folks didn't like that. They did not like it. They literally did not want any Black folks on their street, in their community, in their cul-de-sac, none of that. And they did certain things to make Black people not want to move there. So they've been there, right? But did we know? No, because we were kids, if we were even born at the time. But now we're the adults. We're the parents and grandparents, right? And so once I saw that it was no longer just the police, I had to have that talk with my kids that it is okay to speak your mind respectfully, or just walk away. Just walk away if you can. Just walk away. A few of my children heard that. A few of my children did not. A few of them was with that bullshit all day, every day. And a few of them just didn't want to be bothered. Right? Sunflower said, wait. Let me go up. Steptoe said, I told my son, you may have to protect yourself. Don't matter what color they are. Sunflower says, teachers in school tell the kids don't hit back to tell somebody. Peanut says, I'm listening, but eventually I won't be able to comment while I'm at my nail appointment. Okay, love. Sunflower says, even talking about this now, I'm being enlightened about some more things to talk about at home with our son. Absolutely. So here we are in this moment. Some of the people that I've heard, and I've gone up and down YouTube, and the white folks are very loudly accusing Carmelo of being the one to provoke the situation. Are you fucking kidding me, you racist son of a bitch? Like, what you don't get to do is change the motherfucking facts to fit your racist ass narrative, you pink bastard. That's what you don't get to do. You don't get to lie in order to change the fucking narrative, motherfucker. Carmelo did not provoke a goddamn thing. What I will say is, Carmelo perhaps should not have been up under that tent. Perhaps he should have stayed with his team. People don't say it's strength in numbers for nothing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Oh, they saw that little black boy sitting there by himself and these two punk ass motherfucking bullies come over to fuck with him. You understand me? That's what they did. They came over to fuck with him because that's what they do. And people want to get caught up on whether or not they knew each other previous to this and then they did that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What does that matter if they knew each other? Because if they knew each other, why was Carmelo the only one that was supposed to react a certain kind of way because he knew this white boy? Why that white boy, Austin, couldn't react like he knew that black boy, Carmelo? Come the fuck on here. It was two people involved in that shit. Why is it that we always need to expect the person that is being confronted to walk away? See, y'all see how I just took race out of that, right? Why is it that we always have to expect the person being confronted to walk away? Because the first thing these Caucasian motherfuckers want to say is, he's a thug because he murdered somebody. No, bitch. He's guilty. He was brought to, I'm not even going to say he's guilty. Scratch that. We know about what happened because he stabbed someone. He stabbed someone because he was fighting. He was fighting because someone confronted him and thought that they was running shit and found out that, yeah, Carmelo wasn't having it that day. He wasn't having it that motherfucking day. He said, man, go ahead, man. I'm not going nowhere. You don't own this shit. I'm not going nowhere. Okay? Hey, Nail Tech, how you doing, boo? You know what I mean? I ain't going nowhere. The fuck? Make me, nigga. Make me, motherfucker. You understand me? I'm sure it got there, Buttercup. I'm sure it got there. Make me. Because I ain't going no fucking where. Make me. And then here go the other instigators. Here they come running over. Ooh, the bullies doing what the fuck the bullies do. Ooh, and they coming to be spectators. But did anybody tell that Caucasian motherfucker, man, why don't you leave people alone, man? He ain't bothering nobody. Did anybody in that crowd stand with Carmelo and say, Carmelo, man, let's just walk away. No, I dare say nobody told him, let's just walk away, man, to de-escalate the situation. I dare say that each one of them immature sons of bitches that was standing over there instigated that shit with a whole bunch of oohs and ahs. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Was Zimmerman a motherfucking thug? Huh? Was Zimmerman, George Zimmerman in fucking Florida, was he a goddamn thug? Good morning, Ashley. Boy, mom, thank you for joining us. Was George Zimmerman a fucking thug? For following, being told not to follow, but followed anyway, fought, got his ass whooped, and then want to get mad, pull out his gun, and shoot and kill Trayvon Martin. Was George Zimmerman a thug? Was George Zimmerman a thug? I want to know. Was Tyreek Nichols a thug? Because he wasn't doing shit. He wasn't doing a goddamn thing but driving. And the motherfuckers, his same motherfucking race, beat him to a pulp till he died from it. Was he a thug? Hold on. I got one for you. Jameer Rice. Was he a thug? Because he was in the park playing with his friend with a toy gun. Was he a thug? They playing cops and robbers at the park. But some Karen ass, low life ass bitch sitting in her motherfucking window across the street see this 12-year-old kid with what looked like a real gun. Let her fucking tell it. Called the police. This little midget ass white bitch in a fucking uniform get up out of goddamn cop's car and immediately shoots Rice. Immediately. They didn't look. They didn't think. None of that. She stepped out, pooped, got him. Gone. Y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying? Was Jameer Rice a fucking thug? Was Freddie Gray a thug for riding his bike through the fucking projects like he do every goddamn day? Was Freddie Gray a thug? Was he a thug? Here go one. Breonna Taylor. Was she a thug for getting shot laying in her own motherfucking bed? And the motherfucking cops had the wrong address. They banging and breaking her fucking door. And her man protecting her and their home came out like, what the fuck? And they shot her. She wasn't doing shit. They were at the wrong fucking address. Huh? Were they thugs? Was Sandra Bland a fucking thug? Come on, lady, you in my head, boo. Okay? Like, Sonia Massey, was she a fucking thug? When she set that pot of water on the fucking countertop between the sink? Yes, Tamir Rice. Peanut, I think I said Jameer. I'm sorry, it's Tamir. Yes. But was Sonia Massey a thug? When she set that pot of that pot of hot water on the countertop because they told her to go fucking get it. You need to go get that whatever is on the stove. We don't want no fire happening while we're here. Yeah, she could have turned it off. Yeah, Carmelo could have walked away. But guess what though? Texas is a fucking stand your ground state. So how the fuck is he a thug and he was standing his motherfucking ground? How is he a thug? How the fuck do the laws fuck? And I don't give a fuck. Stand your ground is stand your ground nationally. If it is in that state. Okay? Let's be clear here. Thank y'all for putting the names in the chat. Y'all continue to put all the names y'all want to in the chat. But Philando, listen, Peanut. Yo, I could have spit on that cop because he told him that he could go into the glove box and get his fucking permit. He told him he could do it. And the motherfucker shot and killed him in front of his lady and in front of his daughter, sitting in the fucking passenger seat. His one hand is up. He reaches to the glove compartment and says, "Can I show you my permit?" The fat fucker said, "Yeah." He goes to get it, and the son of a bitch shot and killed him. And he fucking got away with that shit. Oh, wait a minute though. What is his name? Bastel? Oh, I forgot his last name. There in Texas. He's sitting on his own motherfucking couch in his own motherfucking apartment. But this little crispy white bitch, you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, she's a cop. Oh, but wait a minute, though. She had the wrong address. She turns the knob. Did the bitch step back like, wait a minute, why is my door unlocked? No, the bitch walked in his fucking apartment, see him sitting on the fucking couch. He stands up to turn around to see who the fuck is coming in his door uninvited. And she shot him, killed him. And then all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe that's when she realized she was in the wrong fucking apartment. No, you creamy white bitch. You knew the fuck you was in the wrong goddamn apartment, like you said when you turned the motherfucking doorknob. When you saw the motherfucking doormat in front of the door, you knew that wasn't your door, bitch. But was she a motherfucking thug? Was she a thug? When she killed a black man sitting in his own fucking apartment, eating some fucking ice cream, was she a thug? No. She was a white cop with a badge and a motherfucking uniform who just had the wrong apartment. That bitch is out on parole already, y'all. She's out on parole already. Y'all understand me? That's him, Peanut. That's him. Okay? Ahmaud Arbery. Was Ahmaud Arbery a fucking thug when he was out jogging in a beautiful neighborhood? Happens to see a house being built and it's nothing but studs. So he goes in there and he looks around. He didn't touch a fucking thing because the cameras were right there. He just walking. He's curious. He looks. He's amazed. And what does he do? He turn around and he jogged the fuck back out of that bitch. And what happens? Oh, the Krispy Kreme looking motherfuckers mount up. They saddle up. Hop in they motherfucking pickups. Come on, son. We got one. And what do? They hunt him down. Block him off. The son tries to fight with him. He's losing. The son is losing the fight. What happens? They fucking shoot him. What? I'm sorry, what? Was Ahmaud Arbery a thug? Huh? Was he a thug? Because I need somebody to help me understand. Was he a thug? Like, the hypocrisy stinks. Y'all need to start telling your kids that there are motherfuckers like them. There are motherfuckers on this earth in our communities. I said Freddie Gray already, Peanut. But yes, y'all continue. Please put the names in the chat. All of them that y'all can think of. All of them. Right? Tell your kids there are motherfuckers every day that they walk right past, stand in front of or in back of, that think that they are entitled to some shit that we simply are not entitled to. That's what they think. They think that no, you're good, Peanut, you're good. They think that they are entitled to some shit while believing that we are not entitled to it. They called Carmelo Anthony, who is a 4.0 GPA student. He was not a jock. Okay, Q? He was not a jock. A jock is a simple-minded motherfucker that plays sports but can't pass his classes. That's what a jock is. Okay? That's what a jock is. And the word jock has been around before you were born. So please don't try to tell me what the fuck a jock is. Because that's what the fuck a jock is. It's a fucker that can catch a football, can tackle, can play basketball, but can't pass geometry. Don't know what the fuck is going on in global history. You understand what I'm saying? That's what a jock is. Carmelo Anthony was not a jock. And truth be told, I don't know if Austin and them were. What I do know is many people said that him and his twin brother were bullies. That's it. That's definitely what was said. Lady, thank you for being the sponsor of today's live. Thank you so much, love. Thank you for that. Y'all, that's what we have to start telling our kids, our family members. They smile in our face, but all the while they hate us. There is something that switches off with them when they see us. We have always been, check your motherfucking history. We have always been superior beings. All of us, our ancestors, have always been superior beings. Tina, I love you. But the truth is, what the fuck it is. We didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask to be here. You came into our villages on our motherfucking soil, trapped us like animals, stored us like dead fish, brought us across seas to a country that didn't even fucking belong to you. It did not belong to y'all. Beat us, whip us, force us, rape the women, hand the men, to emasculate them. You tear families apart. Y'all brought kings and queens from their motherfucking villages over here, and you have the fucking audacity to still, in this day and age, think that you can tell us what the fuck we can't do while you are right in front of us doing the very same thing. Oh man, I can name about 20 motherfucking asses that y'all can kiss with that shit. And that's just the people watching my channel right now. I am truly tired of the shit. But what can we do about it? What we can do about it is weaponize our children, our loved ones, with knowledge. First, we need to remind our children who they are, where they come from, how special it is. And for that reason, you have a voice. Your mere existence is royalty. Teach them. Don't let them forget it. Which is why it's so disgusting to me the way some of our females carry themselves or conduct themselves. That shit is disgusting to me. Walking around with their temple hanging out of their clothes. You're nasty. Cover that shit the fuck up. That ain't everybody's business. Don't scream when you get treated like the fuck you're behaving. You are a princess. You are a queen. And I apologize right now for the motherfuckers who didn't teach you that shit. But baby girl, cover it up. Make it special again. So that the motherfuckers like them in Texas can stop looking at us like we're nothing. Stop that. Men, young men, pull up your motherfucking pants. Pull up your pants. Your pants hanging below your ass is an advertisement to that dude who don't want nothing but that back shot. Pull up your shit. Conduct yourself as a respectful young man so that when you grow up to be an adult, living in your own, taking care of your own, you are not only seen as a black man, but you're seen as a king. Will those that are prejudiced, racist, will they appreciate it? Fuck no. Because who are we to remember who we are? They thought they beat that out of us. They thought they lynched it out of us. And what we've got to start telling our kids is they didn't. See, because it's always been a fact that you can't kill us all. You can't. I understand sexy mama Lieber, and we gonna get there, boo. I promise you. I'm just trying to go point by point on first how this could have been prevented. Right, babe? So bear with me, love. Start talking to your babies. Anybody who will listen. And let them know who they come from. They come from kings and queens. They come from the first human being on earth. And they surely were not Caucasian. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We are royalty. But we've got to start telling our kids that over and over and over again. With that knowledge, they then can know what is worth it and what's not. What's worth it and what's not. You have a voice. Say, no, I'm not going anywhere. I don't have to. You don't own this. But the fact of the matter is, it wasn't his shelter to be up under. His shelter was, as I understand it, across the field. And what I would have instructed my son or daughter in that moment was, I would have asked them first, were you in the right place? Were you with your team? No, Mom, but it was raining. I just wanted to get out the rain. Then you should have carried your ass over there to your team and got up under your shelter. You were not there alone. You were there with the team. So have that talk with your children that there is power in numbers. Power in numbers. When we're at the Olympics, that person is not there alone. There is a United States team. They're not alone. So teach your children there's power in numbers. There's protection in numbers. Stay with your team. But if at any chance you are ever distracted, thrown off, and end up somewhere alone, damn it, if you can walk away to be a king tomorrow. Absolutely, Ashley. You came in late, so I guess you missed it where we had already established that they were bullies and they had no entitlement to that that tent. They didn't own a goddamn thing. They had no business telling nobody what or where they could go. But then it's like bullies were doing what bullies do. That's why their reputation is bullies. Absolutely, Ashley. I feel you, love. I feel you. They started it. He ended it. And right now, all we're talking about is how it could have been prevented. And then we'll move on through the story. Okay? Bear with me. So, what we can do with our children moving forward. Because let's be real, y'all. We could be as mad as we want. They can be as wrong as they are. What's it going to change? Oh, okay, baby. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. I really do. Please don't stop. Thank you. What's it going to change, guys? They're just like when they kill one of us, 10 more of us are born. Them motherfuckers are born and bred for the same goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? They are born and bred to be racist, to be bigots, to be womanizers, violent, domestically or otherwise. They are born and bred for that shit. And that is my point when I said provoked. Carmelo was provoked. Carmelo didn't do the provoking. Carmelo was sitting there minding his business. But you see how the Caucasian motherfuckers come forward and want to change the facts in order to fit their motherfucking racist ass narrative? That is what I'm talking about. When the fact of the matter is, Carmelo was provoked. He didn't do the provoking. Yes, Ashley, it is. I don't necessarily see it as a slave mindset. I don't. Because I understand where you're coming from. Wait, let me think about it for 1 second. I understand where you're coming from. I don't want to just contradict what you're saying. Slave mindset. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, Nicole. I agree with what you're saying 100%, but I'd like to add to it. Let me put it that way. And I know that slave mindset is like a metaphor, right? I understand you're metaphorically speaking. I get it. And these days, I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, these days, we're not worried about getting lynched. We ain't worried about massa. We're worried about being murdered unjustifiably or locked up. It's just one consequence to us standing up for ourselves, traded for another. That's what you're saying, right? I get it. Yes, Smiley, legal slavery, absolutely. Because that is what they did to Carmelo. That's what they did. They committed legal slavery. That is what they did. That's what all these, and you best believe he's going to a private prison. He is. Because they got to start populating these prisons that they have built, and ain't nobody there to do the work that need to be done, so that their costs can come down. Absolutely, Ashley. She says they want to be the only ones walking around chin up, chest out, head held high, shaking my head like, get the fuck out of here. Absolutely. My 2 black boys are going to walk around head held high. all while I teach about the law. That's right. Love, I just asked that you mispronounce the curse words, okay? Thank you. Okay, y'all are talking amongst yourselves. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at some point, hey, Miss B, good morning. At some point, y'all, absolutely, Pina, I would rather have my kid at home, safe, if prison can be avoided, right? If prison can be avoided. Because unfortunately, y'all, we're not in our villages anymore, right? We're not. Are we still, and have we been stripped of our crowns? No, we haven't been. They're there. We just have to remember them, and we have to use them a different kind of way. That's what we have to do. We have to use them a different kind of way. Because I guarantee you, does that father wish that he had done something and taught his sons to stop being bullies so that his son could still be here? Absolutely, he does. I'd like to think no parent wants to bury their children. Rather, their actions were right or wrong. But today, I am sure while he is so happy that that black boy is on his way to prison for 35 years, that he also wishes in his darkest, loneliest moments, he is saying to himself, how did I fail my son? What could I have done so that my son would still be here? And I guarantee y'all, teaching them not to be racist ain't one of them. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not an option that's going to come to his ass, his Krispy Kreme ass. That ain't what's coming. What instead he's going to think is, how could I have stopped this? I should have told him to stop bullying people. Oh, really, sir? Really? That's all that matters to you, is to stop bullying people. Not to stop being racist. Not to stop spreading hate wherever you go, like tracks of shit in the sand. You ain't got a problem with that. You got a problem with your son being gone, and part of the problem being that him and his twin brother were bullies. So had they not been bullying, your kid would still be there. Yeah, okay. Let me know how that worked for you. So let's talk about this double standard ass stand your ground acknowledgement. The acknowledgement of the stand your ground. It is fucking ironic, that stand your ground was applied to George Zimmerman, but not Trayvon Martin, who had every right to be in that apartment complex because he was there to see his grandmother, but he stopped at the store. And here you got this worthless, wannabe police officer, never made the fucking academy, ass, pick-me-ass, dwarf-ass looking nothing motherfucker, okay, that wants to pick on a unassuming kid that's walking in the rain, coming from the store, going to his grandmama's house. What happened to the stand your ground law for Trayvon Martin? Why does the stand your ground laws only apply to the white folks? Why is that? And y'all see, I keep talking about them too because they're just opposite of one another. KARMELO was black. The victim was white. George Zimmerman was white. The victim was black. And I'm doing that on purpose. Oh, I'm doing it on purpose. Both stand your ground states. However, stand your ground never fucking came up in the defense for fucking Carmelo. It never fucking came up. They never fucking said that shit. His defense need his ass kicked. Dead ass. He needs to be disbarred. How does stand your ground never fucking come up in the defense for Carmelo? How does that not happen? How does that not happen? Lady says it was never intended to be used to defend black against white people. Exactly. Ashley says my oldest was just put in a situation similar, but someone of the same race, but a whole grown man. The guy started and approached my kid aggressively and tried hitting him and missed multiple times. You know, it's a sad goddamn day when our older black men do not, they literally choose to not direct their anger, their shortcomings, their derelictions in the right direction. Why? What makes you think that you could put your hands on somebody else's child, whether that child is an adult or not? What makes you think you can do that? You got a problem when you won't address your own shit and all you know how to do is fight. That's all you know how to do. That's all you got going for you is fighting. You're pathetic. Yeah, sexy mama, what you talking about, baby? I got you. I got you, boo. What do you mean no? I'm seeing you on the road. I know. Lady, get sexy mama Libra. Get her. Ashley said, so instead of my son pulling his knife out, he decided to just fight back and knock the guy out with one hit. He put him flat on his back. There were footage and witnesses that stated the guy was wrong. Okay? I am happy that your son was able to diffuse that situation that way. And I really, Ashley, I hope everything works out and you congratulate your son for being a grown man, a thoughtful grown man. Because the impulsiveness about things these days, y'all, it's populating the prisons. The impulsiveness is populating the prisons. It's populating the graveyard. We are gonna have to start giving a little bit in order to get what we want. That's what we got to do. Is it fair? No, it's not. And I am not by any means saying that it's fair. I'm not. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I am definitely an advocate for speaking up for yourself, using your voice, doing what the fuck you need to do in order to garner what respect you are demanding. Absolutely. So no, it's not fair, but it's necessary. Sexy Mama Libra says, and let's not forget the woman on how they come outside with bonnets on and pajamas on. They used to call our people porch monkeys. Okay, let me pivot over to that for 1 second. Sexy Mama, I go outside with my bonnet on too. I sure do. Yes, ma'am, I do. Does it mean my hair is not combed? No, it does not. Okay? So, what a lot of us need to do is stop assuming that you know what's going on with that person. Okay? Baby, listen to me. I would rather a woman come outside with her head covered in a bonnet than the nappiest shit, uncombed, uncared for, and unhealthy crowns that I see on a daily basis. I would rather see a bonnet. Y'all understand that? Do you know, Sexy Mama Libra, that there are parts of the country where a law was implemented in the 1800s that black women were forced to cover their hair because white women were offended by the way we crowned ourselves. We adorned our hair. Do you know that? Absolutely, Sunflower. They may. They may cover them for the fact that their hair is not done. I'm not mad at that. I'm not. I'm not angry at that at all. Thank you, Sexy Mama Libra. Thank you for that. Thank you, love. I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be a negative for a woman to have a bonnet on her head. Right now, I just got out the shower, washed my hair. My hair was soaking wet. Now, if I go to lay down to take a nap, I'm putting a bonnet on. Why? Because I don't want my hair getting tangled up and I don't have a silk pillowcase on my pillow, right? I wear bonnets all the time. Why? Because I don't want the smell. I smoke cigarettes. I don't want that smell in my hair. I don't want the smell of food in my hair. Absolutely. I got a head full of thick mane. I don't want all of those scents in my hair. Lady will tell you. Lady will tell you. I'll take my bonnet off in a minute. My hair will just fall. It's not because it's not done. Right? Oftentimes with a lot of women it is. I'm not taking that from them, but that's what I'm saying. I'd rather see that than for our black woman to be out and about and looking like she don't love herself. At least she took a moment to acknowledge that she was not presentable enough to go outside. So she put a bonnet on. Let's just start there, right? Okay. Now, can we tell? Now, this is where Sean B about to keep it real with y'all, because I don't necessarily give that same grace where pajamas is concerned. Okay? Let me break it down. I am a woman who sits at home. I don't run the streets. I go out to run errands, and that's it. That's it. I don't run the streets. My husband and I, we go out, date night, adult night. It's a play. It's a concert. You know what I mean? It's a comedy show. It's dinner. You know, it's a movie. We come on home. So unless I'm going out on a date night or I'm taking Doobie to go get ice cream, to get his eyes on some sunshine and away from that damn game. I am in the house in comfortable clothes. What's comfortable clothes, though, Sean B? Most of the time, it's my pajamas. Does that mean I didn't wash my ass this morning? Fuck no, that ain't what that means. Right now, I'm in a nightgown with a fresh pair of fucking panties on. Why? Because I just took a shower. But what the fuck am I getting fully dressed for? Where am I going? And if I should need to run to the store or make a run, I am going to put on a pair of slides, my earrings, grab my shades, and I'm out the door. Why? Because I am indeed dressed for the day. I've taken a shower, put on my deodorant, put Vaseline where needed, lotion in other places, put my leave-ins, conditioners on my hair, got it pent up. I don't want the collar of my nightgown to get soaking wet. But does my nightgown look like a nightgown? No, it doesn't. But that's what it is. That don't mean my ass ain't clean. It doesn't. But I understand where you're coming from. Oftentimes, way too often, we are behind someone in line and it is a clear picture that she stank. I understand. I understand where you're coming from, Bookie. Don't think I don't. I do. That is what pisses me off. Okay? That's the nasty shit that I don't like. Because some of them be fully dressed and they still look like they stink. Okay? Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara said this was the fastest trial verdict sentencing that I've ever seen. And we're going to get back to that. I just wanted to acknowledge what baby girl said. So just to get off of this and back on track, I understand where you're coming from. I do. And I would love for people to encourage the people to take time out for yourself. You deserve it. But you know what though, y'all? It starts at home. So what do? Those are people that have neglected to be taught. They were neglected to be taught or don't give a damn about their heritage. They really don't care. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Right? And so those are the ones that all we could do is pray about, y'all. That's all we could do is pray. And so getting back on to the story, the case. Some people said he could have left. That's a fact, y'all. Now, we're not going to get mad at the facts. Yes, Carmelo could have left. Yes, he could have. But guess the fuck what, you Krispy Kreme ass motherfuckers? So the fuck could Austin. Austin could have left him the fuck alone. How about that? You Krispy Kreme ass motherfuckers, y'all don't want to consider that point, huh? No, because that goes against your goddamn narrative that the little black guy was a fucking thug. Oh, okay, so now let's backtrack. He 4.0 GPA. Sitting alone, not bothering anybody, minding his own business. Never been in trouble before. Absolutely, that you right, Ashley. We thinking alike, baby. Sitting there minding his business, not bothering nobody. Never been in trouble before, but he's the thug. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? He's the thug. Really? Oh, Nicole, they some Krispy Kreme motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? They are. Oh, they are. All they need is their fucking hood with the eyes cut out. That's all they need. That's all that they need. And yo, if I could be so transparent, it was this one black motherfucker that was talking. And if this son of a bitch had just, I promise you, if he could just take his hand and swipe his face really slowly, I'm sure it's some Krispy Kreme up under there. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker here, oh man, he said everything about KARMELO but the truth. But the truth. And I'm sure a lot of people would say, well, you know, it's because he's got to live there. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a damn. If you're afraid of speaking the truth because of where you have to live, then shut the fuck up. How about that? Nobody made your black ass get on that goddamn camera and spew that bullshit just so Miss Karen across the street won't bother you tomorrow. You didn't have to say shit, punk ass. You didn't have to say a damn thing. But to blame everything on KARMELO and then say, but you hope his family be okay, fuck you. How about that? You be okay with that. All right? You be okay with both motherfucking fuck you fingers. Okay? Okay. All right. So hold on, let me make sure I knew it. That's the only reason why that text came through, because I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, it's on now, guys. Ashley says, who are they to tell someone to leave? And if anything, they could have gotten an adult if it was a problem for them, which it shouldn't have been. Absolutely. Lady said all that. Absolutely. Hold on. I know I missed some comments up there. Hold on. Sunflower says, yes, I think somewhere them. Oh, right. Okay. Boom. Okay, I'm all caught up. Yeah. Ashley said, how about instead of leave? No, you leave people alone. Shaking my head. Now this kid risked his freedom defending himself from a gang of kids standing up over him, just bullying and starting an unnecessary mess. Absolutely. And none of that was mentioned during this trial. What they instead did was they made sure to parade these motherfuckers into that trial and let them spew a bunch of self-serving bullshit for this devil. That's what they did. They let these motherfuckers, they paraded them in there to come and give a bunch of self-serving shit for this Krispy Kreme ass motherfucker right here. And may his soul rest in peace. I mean him no motherfucking, no nothing. I mean him nothing. I mean him nothing. But what I am saying is right and wrong is wrong. And one of these days, everybody is bound to find out where the fuck you should have stopped. What you should not have done. And I blame their parents, because you're not going to tell me, while we may not know what our kids are doing all the time, you are a piss poor ass parent if you don't know what your kid is doing most of the time. You're a piss poor ass parent if you're allowing the teachers not to tell you what's going on with your children so that you can do your motherfucking job where your kids are concerned. Doobie was on the bus one day. This was school year before last. So he's in the 10th now. This was when he was in the 8th grade. He was on the bus. And this little Krispy Kreme ass little white girl was arguing with Doobie. And Doobie is not a kid that shuts up. Because, see, his parents taught him that his voice matters. He knows he's intelligent as all get out. So I don't know what they were arguing about, but the little girl thought that it was time for Doobie to shut up. And this little bitch spit in my son's face. Spit in his face. My son gets off the bus, and while he's standing there at the bus stop, the bus is pulled off. And I'm always positioned where I can see him getting off the bus. And my baby starts vomiting. He's throwing up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got a bottle of water, went out there to him. He's walking, he's vomiting, he's walking, he's vomiting. I'm like, Doobie, what's wrong? He just shook his head, and I handed him the bottle of water. I said, wash your mouth out. So he swished, gargled, spit it out. We're still outside. We're walking to the front door. And I'm like, what's wrong? And I look at him. He's got tears in his eyes. Now, initially, I thought it was from him gagging. You know what I mean? How some people eyes water when they gag. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought it was. And so he comes in the house. He immediately runs upstairs, slams the bathroom door. Like, the fuck? So I waited. I gave him his minute. He needed a minute. I let him have it. Then after he got himself together, he took a shower, washed his hair. He came downstairs. I said, Doobie, what's wrong? Are you sick? And he just looked at me and shook his head. My son was traumatized. That's what he was in the midst of. He was in the midst of trauma. And he's shaking his head, but he didn't see me. I dare say what he was in that moment of was reliving what had just happened to him. Mind y'all, I'm sitting there and I'm wondering what's going on. So now I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm wondering what's wrong with my baby. And I'm like, Doobie, what's wrong? What, did something happen? Did you get into a fight on the bus? And that's when he looked at me. And he kind of like just cut his eyes over at me. I said, okay, what happened? Let me know so I'll be prepared for the phone call tomorrow. He said, Mom, she spit in my face. And y'all, I got to keep it a beam with y'all. I went straight past the spit in my face to wondering if this little girl still had her arms and legs attached. I did. I went straight into, oh God, he done hurt this little girl. I went straight there. I did. I went straight there because I'm like, oh God, oh God. Because one day, Doobie's walking down the hallway. This kid was teasing him because their team had lost in basketball and gym. And all Doobie did was like just swatted the kid away from him. Like, man, leave me alone. Just swatted him. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it is no exaggeration. My son launched that kid across the hallway into a goddamn open locker. No fucking lie. No exaggeration. Doobie launched that kid, and all he was doing was swatting him. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Leave me the fuck alone. You know. And I saw the video. I couldn't believe it. So I told Doobie, I said, listen, baby, you don't know your own strength. You got to stop that. So then this happens. And he cut his eyes over at me and he said, Mom, she spit in my face. I thought, Lord, this kid, this little girl, he done twisted her up in 15 different ways. Jesus. I said, okay, but I don't hear no sirens. I don't see no police pulling up. Okay, so I said, Doobie, what did you do? He said, nothing, Ma. I didn't want to hurt her. He said, I didn't want to get suspended. I looked at my son, and in that moment, I said, okay, time for the talk. Not that talk. The talk that I gave my other children when I let them know, listen here, listen here. I'm standing 10 toes down with you when you're right, okay? Oh, and I'm still next to you when you're wrong, and we'll talk about it when we get home. But in the face of these motherfuckers, and I wouldn't give a fuck what race they are. Oh, baby, when you're right. Oh, mama gonna jump right in front of you. And I told him, I said, Doobie, I apologize for having never up until now had this conversation with you. But had you pulverized that little bitch, I would have got you a lawyer. Huh? Can I get an amen, somebody? I had to tell my son that. In that moment, what she did was commit a motherfucking crime. Oh, fuck school policy. She committed a crime. Since the AIDS epidemic, spitting on someone has become a crime. You understand me? Oh, man, when his sister found out about it, oh, she wanted to go fight this little girl. Oh, she told Doobie, I'll be at the bus stop tomorrow. Point her out to me. Yes. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So I had to have that talk with Doobie. But I applauded him. Oh, man. Yo, I had such a deep admiration for my 8th grade son, for the self-control that he exhibited, because he literally could have tossed this little girl like a rag doll. But he didn't. He did not. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So when these motherfuckers come talking about he could have left, yeah, he, Austin, should have. He should have left Carmelo alone. That's who should have left. But finish the fucking sentence, goddammit. He should have left Carmelo alone. Or Austin would still be here. Period, point blank. Oh, but they want to put it all on the little black kid. The thug. I don't know of any thugs with a 4.0 GPA that's never been in trouble in school or otherwise before. I dare say that that is a contradiction of terms when you're mentioning a thug. Last time I checked, a thug was a weapon-wielding, law enforcement avoiding, possibly even on the run, been back and forth to jail, lockups of some sort, maybe even a couple of stints in prison. That's what I call a thug. But it seems to me that when it's self-serving for the Krispy Kreme donut looking motherfuckers or the government, they call anybody, they call the mafia a thug. These motherfuckers was walking around in $1,000 suits. But yeah, they were murdering people. They were threatening people, blackmailing people. So yeah, they were thugs. Carmelo didn't do any of that. Carmelo literally was doing Hold on 1 second, guys. I just need a second. I just need a second, guys. What Carmelo Anthony was doing was refusing to give up his seat. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That was a modern day refusing to give up his seat. Huh. That's what that was, lady. Refusing to give up his seat. Now, a snippet I saw on YouTube. I wanted to share my screen, but as y'all can see that have been back on my page, I didn't do Uvalde Part 2, the mass shooting at Robb Elementary, because YouTube struck my page, struck the video for copyright issues. Okay? Because of the PBS video that I showed. Not the other one, but the first one. Now, last time I checked, PBS was an educational channel. But apparently, we can only watch it. We can't share it. Even though they get all the credit, it's right there on the screen. I didn't block anything. YouTube, even, and see, that's why I tell y'all these disclaimers, they don't go but so far. Our shit still gets struck if that's what YouTube wants to do. These disclaimers don't stop shit. That's why the video is no longer on my playlist. They blocked it. All because of PBS. Okay? Just want y'all to know that. So that's why there's not a part 2. Because if I can't do it thoroughly, I'm not going to do it at all. And in order to tell that story, you have to show certain things. And so, you know, all I want to say about Uvalde is all those cops were a bunch of fucking derelict cowards. That's it. That's all. Anyway, with a bunch of excuses. So, I wanted to show this video, but instead we're just going to listen to it. We're just going to listen to it and we'll go from there. Y'all let me know that y'all can hear it clearly. Now, like y'all hear, this is when they found out the verdict, as well as finding out that manslaughter was not on the table. They totally dismissed anything less than first-degree murder. Anything less than that. Then all of a sudden, this whole narrative comes in that he all the while sitting there, he had his hand in his bag. He had his hand in his bag. It was premeditated. He had his hand in his bag the whole time. So Austin came over there with the intentions of bullying this kid. So his motives were premeditated as well. Because see, we're going to start talking about shit in the order of operation. If we're going to talk about if Carmelo hadn't have done what he did, this wouldn't be. Well, we got to move all the way back a couple of ticks now. We got to go back. We've got to go back to where Austin is the one who started the confrontation. Some people need to teach their kids that, listen, with every action, there's a reaction. Don't start nothing that you can't fucking finish. Do you know if you can finish it or not? No, the fuck you don't. I dare speculate and say that Austin thought he was going to get what he's used to getting when he says or tells someone to do something. The reputation that him and his twin brother held. Oh, they thought this kid was just gonna, this kid, unassuming, sitting there minding his business, ain't bothering nobody. Oh, they thought this little black kid was gonna get the fuck up and leave because they told him to. Well, Austin, twin brother, how's that working out for you, sir? How's that working out for you? Huh? Because listen, y'all, listen. I don't mean to insult anyone, but if there was ever a time where I am happy to say, at least he's still breathing. Y'all might want to learn from that. Any bullies within the sound of my voice, you might want to learn from this. Stop bullying people. Austin may not have, died from a mass school shooting or at a supermarket or at a movie theater or out in the park, theater in the park, like what happened in Las Vegas. That may not have been how Austin met his demise. But folks are tired of being bullied. Good morning, Linda. Thank you for joining us. I'm tired of it, y'all. Being bullied. He was minding his business. He wasn't bothering anyone. But they want to talk about what Carmelo should have done. Always kicking the can and moving the goalposts. So I understand this lady's frustration when she says, I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, man. She turns to her man and she says, you went through the same damn thing. Let's continue. Out of the road with or you're going to jail. Get out of the roadway or you're going to jail. Wait the fuck a minute. Wait a minute. Wait one goddamn minute. Blubber butt. How about if those were a bunch of Caucasian celebrating, hoopra, singing hallelujah out there? Would he have said that? Get out of the roadway or you're going to jail. Would he have said that then? If they were all out there celebrating, would they have had to get out of the roadway then? Would he have been threatening them to go to jail when all they're doing is the same thing that people do all the time after verdicts, during trials? Get out of the roadway or you're going to jail. Huh? Porker? Would you have done that then? Now, whole lot of folks going to say, well, he was just crowd controlling. He was just trying to make sure that, nothing got worse. He was just trying to make sure that, the cars can keep driving up and down the street. He was only doing his job. He wasn't doing anything wrong. The people shouldn't have been in the street. He wouldn't have been saying that if that was white folks out there celebrating. He wouldn't have been saying that. In fact, he wasn't telling them to get out the street before the verdict came. He was not telling them to get out of the street before their hearts were broken, before anger set in. He wasn't telling them to get out of the streets then. Get out of the streets or get out of the road or you're going to jail. Why, sir? Why? You mad or are you scared? You're scared now because you see a bunch of kings and queens out there that are mad as hell and fed the fuck up. That's why you're telling them to get out of the street, because you needed to yell something. You needed to let them know that your big burly ass was there. Your big good for fucking nothing but locking up black folks was there. And you needed to remind them that you were willing to do it yesterday. You are willing to do it today. And be damned if your big ugly ass won't do it tomorrow. That's why you said that, Sheriff. Get out of the roadway or you're going to jail. That's why you kept saying that. Okay. Perfect Blackness, thank you for joining us, sir. He says all these decades run into these predominantly white communities, sundown towns like Collin County, has been nothing but a ritual sacrifice of our children. Mello is but the latest sacrifice. When I first met Lady Mysterious, I asked her, how could you still live in Mississippi? Because I could not. I could not still live there. Nope. Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Me and mine would have had to pack the fuck up and leave when the first modern day lynching happened on that school campus. We would have had to go. We would have had to go. I wouldn't still live there. Why are y'all living in these places? You want to make an impact? Take your worth somewhere else. They'll notice. Oh, y'all, black people have so much more worth than what we give ourselves credit for. The power is in the dollar. The power is in your knowledge. the strength that you put forth to get up and go to work every day. If a community of black folks packed up and left today, that community would feel it. They would feel the void. They would notice. But because people are so complacent with just staying quiet, minding their business, keeping their head down, not making no noise, no fuck you, I'm making all the noise. All of it. Perfect says Dr. King's burning house has been a reality since his death. We've just been too foolish to admit to ourselves to nurse his legacy. Have we gotten our fill of integrating yet? Listen here. What I have gotten my fill of is us staying quiet. That's what I've gotten my fill of. Where are the protests today? Where? Because see, the next topic on this subject is, have y'all ever seen a first degree murder trial happen that fast? Have y'all ever seen a verdict and a sentencing all in the same goddamn day? Have you ever? Because I haven't. I have not. I simply have not. Carmelo didn't even get to clear the ringing out of his head from hearing guilty before they said, we adjourn, we'll be back for sentencing in a minute. Seriously? Where the protests at, y'all? Where they at? Where the Black Lives Matter people at? And see, that's why a whole lot of people are saying, fuck the Black Lives Matter people. Because they pick and choose when they want to go be seen and be heard. They pick and choose. They're a lot like Al Sharpton. It's when it benefits them that they get out there and make all that goddamn noise. It's when the cameras are on that you can't get his little narrow ass from in front of the fucking cameras. He either looking to the left or he looking to the right, but he don't never look directly in the camera. Why? Because he don't want you to think that that's why he's standing up there. He's up there actually for all the camera footage. Oh, he needs all of that. Even when he was 300 pounds, he needed to be the biggest and the loudest in the motherfucking camera. And he has not changed, even though it seems that he has shrunk in size as well as height. Okay? He's still got to be in front. When he came here to Buffalo, because I'm speaking about what the fuck I know, so don't come for me about Al Sharpton. When he came here to Buffalo, when that white boy killed all those people at the top supermarket, that motherfucker insisted on standing in front of the very families that he was supposedly there to fucking talk for. Did he move out the way when another family member came to the motherfucking podium to speak to the microphone? No, he didn't. These people wanted to bring their whole family support system down there on that front row in front of the microphone. Did Al Sharpton move his fucking permed out hair ass the fuck over to the side? No, he didn't, with his slick back ass. He didn't move. He did not. He did not. He didn't care who his front was pressed up against or his back was pressed up against. That motherfucker stayed within the view of the goddamn camera. Where Al Sharpton, where the fuck you at now? Huh? You scared of Texas? Huh? You got up there and told all them fictitious lies about Tawana Brawley, but where the fuck you at today, Al Sharpton? Where you at? Because I need to know. I need to know where the fuck you at. Where the protesters at? Where's all the noise? Huh? Where's the people I can't breathe? Where's the people stand up and be heard? Where the fuck are you at? I need to know. What? It ain't enough cameras out there for you, Al? It ain't enough? Oh. What, you somewhere getting your hair done? Huh? You need to get fitted for a new suit. Because we need to know. What, your bodyguards ain't available today? Because we need to know. Where's Black Lives Matter at right now? Crump, where the fuck you at? With your tongue twisting talking ass. Where the fuck you at? Where are your representatives? Why didn't you send an attorney down there? You saw what was happening, and I understand that you're talking on another case, but you have many attorneys that work with you, just like Cochran did. You do too, Crump. So where the fuck are your peoples? What? It ain't enough cameras down there either, Crump? Because I need somebody to tell me where the fuck y'all at. Miss B said right, because when my sister was unalived by her doctor, Dr. Crump wouldn't take her case because it was not on the news. That was the first question they asked. Was it on the news? Lady, I'm surprised. I didn't see them out there, lady. I did not see them out there at all. Did not. And nothing that I watched that I see homegirl in the cowboy hat or Big Head X. Didn't see him. Nowhere. Didn't see him. Didn't see him. And I want to know where they at. Where are all the activists at? Where are all the advocates at? Because like this woman is about to say, what am I supposed to tell my sons? What am I supposed to tell them? You can't defend yourself, you go into prison. If you try to walk away or run away, you're liable to get shot in your back. What am I supposed to tell my sons? Y'all heard her. Hey, Tawana. Thank you for joining us, boo. Y'all heard her. She said, why are we here? Because if we take up for ourselves, we go to jail. And if we don't, we die. So why are we here? Huh? What do we do? What do we do? I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be a long time. If ever. A long time. If ever. Will we ever get everything that we deserve? A long time. They let the Asians come over here and get reparations. Get away with murder. They won't let us. And they came over here by choice. This country, the mere soil, has our blood in it. Does it matter to them? No, it does not. Hey, Pamela, just dropping in. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. In every state of these crooked ass states, our blood is in the soil. Our blood is the reason why it exists. Yet every turn, they like to try to keep us under their feet. That is what they want. And those keep quiets to get along are part of the problem. Those that take their hard-earned money and move into these communities where they know this bullshit exists are part of the problem. Those that are saying, I'm moving to a different state because I'm tired of this or I'm tired of that. Well, if you're moving to a state where a bunch of these like-minded motherfuckers live, then listen, mercy go with you. Perfect Blackness says BLM was proven to be nothing more than a grifting money grab organization. You don't see much protesting because black folk are tired of marching in circles. This is a calm before a coming storm. Then damn it, it need to start raining. I want to hear some thunder. I want to see the goddamn lightning. I want to hear the roars coming up the street because I'm ready for it. Oh man, I got a few pair of comfortable sneakers. I'm not scared. I'm willing to get right the fuck out there with them. It need to be from one end of this goddamn country to the other. Motherfuckers need to understand and they need to know we are fed the fuck up with this bullshit. All the racism, all the bigotry, all of it. The misogynistic bullshit that they're doing. We're sick of it. The disregard and the disrespect and taking our lives and locking us up like it's just fucking par for the course. Well, it may have been their course, but damn it, we need to change the trajectory of the direction of this shit. We need to change it. People all up here on YouTube want to scream and holler about some nonsense. Motherfuckers up here want to scream and holler about what somebody look like, where they live at, where they work at. What? Now, today, what does any the fuck of that matter? What does any of that matter? What does it matter, y'all? Does it matter if her channel is messy? Does that matter today? Huh? Does it matter? Thank you, Pamela, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Does it matter? All the scars in her face, does it matter today? Her living in a trailer park or the projects, does it matter today? Them making jokes about your son, does it matter today? Does it matter? What you gonna do about it? Somebody covering a case. Does it matter? How much somebody make at work? Does it matter? Who fucking who? Does it matter? How long somebody drive to go get a piece of the nut? Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter? This is the kind of shit we need to be speaking about. Why in the hell YouTube was so quiet yesterday? Because see, I sat back and I watched. Because I knew what I was doing today. Oh man, I left YouTube wide open. I left it wide open. I sure did. Quiet as fuck. Q got up there for a minute. He said what he needed to say. And I was quite perturbed. Because it was like it was back and forth and it was contradictions. And then you call them out on the contradictions. And it's, no, y'all misunderstanding what I'm saying. But it can never be, no, you're using the words in the wrong context. You know, that's just a motherfucker who don't never want to be wrong. But you try to show him. And instead of him saying, you know what, you right, I meant it like this. No, it was us who was misunderstanding what he was saying. And so be it. That's his platform. He could do what the fuck he want to with it, right? And then it was some people that was covering it just for the fucking shits and giggles and clicks and fucking views. But what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I want to know how the motherfuckers in Texas, the Black Lives Matter, that other organization of the young man that stood up and talked, when they gonna organize something? When are we gonna boycott? When are we going to show them better than we can tell them that we matter? And damn it, clogging up the streets, wearing out a pair of sneakers will get their attention. And then we leave and go home. Then what? Then what? Because all they're going to do is say, there they go again. It's just going to be a matter of time before they start burning shit up. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So what are we going to do after we march, y'all? What are we going to do after we protest? What are we going to do then? Go home and soak our feet? Talk a whole bunch of shit? Tell a whole lot of lies? That's what we're going to do? What we need to do is boycott, y'all. Boycott. That is what we need to do. We need a nationwide boycott. That is what we need. But will these lazy motherfuckers do it? Nope. They won't. They will not do it at all. They getting on that bus to go to work. They calling that Uber to go to work. Won't call off work one goddamn day. I tried to discuss it on another panel months ago, and the first thing that person said is, so am I supposed to just leave my clients to not get their medication? Oh, they'll call somebody else. You ain't the only one, love. So get the fuck up out your head. Get over yourself. You are not the only one employed by that agency. I bet you will call the day off if a piece of dick was coming through. Ooh, Sean B, did you say that? Yes, the fuck I did. I said it. I said it. You've called off work for less. I said it. I said it. There are white people employed by that same goddamn business. And when our black asses call off, somebody will be there to replace it. I said it. It ain't gonna happen, Sunflower. It's not. One day, they act like they whole goddamn world gonna fall apart. One day. Motherfucker threw up in my face about they goddamn clients. Them ain't your clients. That's the agency's clients. Stop fucking with me. Okay? Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. It's not your clients. They're not your patients. They're patients and clients of a fucking agency. One that were employed, that people that were employed worked there before your black ass got there. You want to ask, what can you do about it? That's what you can do about it. Or shut the fuck up. Hey, Nay. Hey, boo. You got your membership, baby? I thought you were already a member. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Hold on, y'all. Just 1 second. Nay, you gifted a membership and Pamela got it? Is that what happened? Because I'm confused. What's going on, you guys? I want to know what's happening. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, boo. I don't know no other way to be, love. And I piss a whole lot of people off. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. No, ma'am, I paid off my car. Okay. Okay, so listen, y'all. Don't gift any memberships. Don't gift any memberships. Don't gift them. Please don't. Because people that are sitting in the bushes get these memberships. They don't participate. They don't interact. I don't even know who the fuck some of these motherfuckers be. Okay? So please do not gift any memberships. That's right, boo. Thank you both. Pamela and Nay, welcome to the family, babies. Welcome. Welcome. As soon as that other shit expires, we're going to start our book club because a whole lot of people are not giving me you guys' emails so that I would have a way to send you the link for us to listen to our books. Okay? I would love for y'all to do that. You can put your email in the chat. I'll be sure to communicate with you that way, and we can go from there. Because I really want to start this boy club, but I don't want just 2 or 3 of us. Okay, Steptoe. Be good, baby. Talk to you soon. And so, yeah, there is a way that we can fight. There is a way for our voice to be heard. Pamela said, yes, I'm ready because I am a better place now in my life. That is great, Pamela. I'm glad you're back, baby. I'm glad you're back. And we're going to hold you up so that you stay there. Welcome to the family, love. Y'all, it's time for us to let our voices be heard, to make them understand that we know who we are, why we are, where we are, and how we ain't going no motherfucking where. We're not going anywhere. And that we are demanding our respect. Demanding it. One day, just one goddamn day where you don't do nothing. You don't go to work. You don't send your kids to school. You just don't. We just literally, y'all, drop off the face of the earth. Y'all don't fucking want us here? Okay, let's see how you'll like one fucking day of not having to deal with a black person or anybody who supports our cause. Let's see how that will fare for you. Let's see how quickly you can get someone to fill my position that day. Let's see how Walmart will do when they have to call in somebody, or heaven forbid, all these managers walking around not doing shit will actually have to hop on a goddamn cash register, because all of us in this fight, no matter what your race is, participates in this boycott. Do you know what the bus drivers are going to run back to the terminal and talk about? There wasn't nobody on my damn bus. What's going on? There was no traffic that I had to fight with. What's going on? Oh man, the Uber drivers ain't making no motherfucking money. And therefore the Uber app may shut the fuck down, because it's a whole lot of black people that drive Uber. Y'all, when I say boycott, I fucking mean it. Boycott everything, period. Shut it down. Don't do nothing. Nothing. Stay in your house, close the curtains, be bothered with your motherfucking kids because they yours. Don't send them to school. You don't go to work. You don't do shit that day. Nothing. You don't go to the store. You don't do nothing. Can you imagine how empty your neighborhood is going to be? They're going to think it was an invasion of the fucking body snatchers. That nobody, but nobody, is outside. How many more Sonya Masseys do we have to have? How many more Breonna Taylors do we have to have? How many more George Floyds do we have to have? How many more Carmelo Anthonys do we have to have? How many? Or you just okay just hearing your motherfucking voice? Huh? Because that's what I'm starting to believe it is. Bunch of motherfuckers sitting around on an app under the guise of their emojis talking about what they gonna do to help. Oh, I'll do this. Well, how you gonna do that when you don't do that? I'll do that. Well, how you gonna do that? That ain't go. Well, then we could just do this. Oh, okay, but you can go do that. Did they? No, they did it. All while they sitting around talking about what the fuck they gonna do. This young man is on his way to prison. This young man is on his way to prison. And Austin is in the ground. He is no longer alive. Rather, what he did was right or wrong. What I am speaking of is what we can do that is nonviolent, yet powerful. And it will get the attention of the motherfuckers who are raising their children as Austins. It will get the attention of the racist son of a bitches who think that it's okay to treat us the way that they do, to have a first-degree murder trial, get a verdict, and a sentencing all in the same goddamn day, yet we're supposed to be blind to what the fuck is going on. We're not supposed to realize that, well, I ain't never seen the wheels of justice ever turn that goddamn fast, ever. Oh man, both attorneys already got other cases that they need to see to. The judge is already, over another trial that's going to start tomorrow. They've got to postpone sentencing for 4, 5, 6 months. Oh, no. They postponed it for 4, 5, 6 minutes. I don't understand, y'all. And I never will. I don't understand. You don't have to walk nowhere. You don't have to leave your home. A bitch want a reason to call off work. God damn it, this is one. A nigga want a reason to sit at home and be a lazy fuck and play a goddamn game all goddamn day. This is one of them. Absolutely, Miss Byron. Oh, they carted him off that night. You best believe it. They had the van in the back waiting for him. Absolutely. With escorts. That's how Texas get down. They wanted to lock this black boy up and throw away the goddamn key. Fuck him. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they were saying. And what I'm here to say is, no, it's fuck you. Because enough is enough is enough. And I'm also sick of motherfuckers saying that and ain't doing shit. Got a whole goddamn platform. And what the fuck are you using it for? Huh? Are you using it to join everybody together for a good cause? Hell no. You using it to cause dissension. You're using it to cause division. You're using it to cause and spew hate. And you think it's funny. You're using your platform to talk about somebody's mental illness or their mental capacity. You're using it to talk about the real life plight that people are legally dealing with in their life and have been for a long, long time. Yet this person got more going for themselves than you do. And you try to use their plight as a talking point or as a goddamn joke. What the fuck must be wrong with you? When are we going to start using these platforms to organize against the real other side? Did I just say that? Yes, I did. And I'm not taking it back. There is another side, y'all, that don't give a fuck about none of us. None of us. There is another side that don't give a fuck about Holly or Romika. There is another side that don't give a damn if it was self-defense or not. They're glad that Romika is where she is, and they're hoping that Holly stays where the fuck she is. That's the other side, goddammit. That's the other side. The other side is the motherfuckers who don't see us at all, man. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, boo. That's the other side. That's the other side. Because truth be told, when it come to black on black crime, oh man, the law works then. But when it's the true other side, when it's them, those racist motherfuckers against us, what are we going to do then? Hey, Summer Mommy, thank you for coming in, boo. What are we going to do then? That's the other side. What's going to happen to Holly? It ain't a fuck thing we could do about it. Because the law is what the fuck it is. I'm here to tell y'all. But y'all want to keep doing this endless, good for nothing, worthless ass lives about some bullshit. But you won't do a live about that. And it's going to happen again and again and again. But you ain't organizing a fuck thing. You ain't talking about doing nothing. You are not offering a resolution. You are not speaking on a fuck thing that can help put us in a place of some kind of noticeable difference. Nothing. I'm about to quote Trina one good time. You motherfuckers is busy indulging in that nigga shit. That's what you're doing. While we got a 4.0 GPA average, never been in trouble before, young man going to fucking prison for 35 years for standing up for himself, standing up to a bully, and all the fuck y'all want to talk about is what the fuck Holly did and what Romika should have did and how Holly coming home. Yep, nope, she ain't coming home. How they're lying. Nope, y'all lying. How it's pink this and white that. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? If they can't kill us, they're locking us up. But they mean to stifle our lineage, our legacies, every fucking way they can. Any way they can. And they loathe us. They despise us for standing up for ourselves. Perfect Blackness says, too many of us have found a comfortable spot under white supremacy. And we jealously guard that position. Oh, man, listen. Perfect Blackness, I don't know who you are, but you are speaking it this morning. They are totally comfortable right where the fuck they at. And anybody that's sitting in the fucking bushes that's texting the next motherfucker saying, well, what the fuck is Sean B gonna do? I'm gonna use my platform. I am going to communicate with whom the fuck ever wants to communicate with me. And we are going to organize whatever the fuck we can organize to make these racist sons of bitches know who the fuck we are, why the fuck we are, where the fuck we are, and how the fuck we ain't going nowhere. That's what the fuck Sean B gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I challenge you to fucking join me. You always wondered about what the fuck Sean B gonna do, ass motherfucker. That's what the fuck Sean B gonna do. I remember I said one time on somebody's platform, we need to boycott. Oh, no. I don't say that on my channel. Well, I'm saying it on mine. I'm saying it on mine. We need to not leave our homes. We need to not give them anything. And I guarantee you, for 24 hours, if we show them that we indeed can have that kind of self-control, they will lose their goddamn mind. We don't put no gas in our car. We don't order shit. Nothing. You stay home. You watch some TV. Clean your house. Talk to your babies. Get your kids in the kitchen with you. Teach them how to cook. Do something. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let that be a day of going from room to room and thoroughly clean your home. Let that be the reason. Let your kids help. Because the best kid, the best child is one that's tired after learning. Summer Mommy says, Ashley Boy Mom. Now, how you gonna send that to Ashley Boy Mom? Summer Mommy, how you don't say, Sean B, look. Summer Mommy says, Ashley Boy Mom, I just found out that allegedly Austin's dad is a registered sex offender. Wow. I can actually look that up. Summer Mommy, I could find out for sure. That's a fact. I could find out. All I need is his name. That's it. That's all I need is his name, his father's name. And I can look it up. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sunflower. Sunflower said people only concerned about what they can talk about to make money. That is a broke man's mentality if I ever heard one. Because, see, the last time I checked, the way a man, and I mean woman as well, got rich was they had to make moves. They had to make power moves. They had to move stuff around and put that over there and make this clear and clean that up and make that right and then put shit in place. Well, god damn it, this is one of those things. We need to go over here and talk to them and don't go to over there and don't do that. We need to get their attention. Stop waiting for a handout. Stop talking about a click or a view. Hit that like button, y'all. Listen, y'all, here go my Cash App. Hey, y'all can support the channel by a super chat or a super sticker. How about talking about a fucking boycott? How about that? How about that? I dare anybody during their goddamn live today that's within the sound of my voice to say the word boycott every 10 goddamn minutes while they're doing their live. I dare you to say boycott as often as you say hit that like button. I dare you to say boycott as often as you say y'all can send them super stickers. I dare you to say thank you for that Cash App. I dare you to say boycott every time you say, ooh, thank you for that Cash App, y'all. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. We are losing our children for standing up for themselves. We are losing our children for running away from the police. We're losing our children for opening the front door. We're losing our children for laying in the bed. We're losing our children beneath the foot of a racist cop. We're losing our loved ones while jogging through a cul-de-sac. We're losing our loved ones while sitting on the couch eating a bucket of ice cream. We're losing our loved ones while walking home with a soda and a bag of Skittles. We're losing our loved ones while riding a bike through the neighborhood. We're losing our loved ones while playing in the park with a BB gun. We are losing our loved ones while riding in a car with their friends, but the music is loud. We're losing our loved ones while riding in a car with their boyfriend and a baby in the back seat. We're losing our loved ones for trusting and believing. We're losing our loved ones because we've got piss poor parents out here that's not protecting their children. We're losing our loved ones because the agencies are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And our children are slipping through the cracks, or the child molesters and the rapists are slipping through the cracks. They give them more weight. They give them more protections than they do the victims. We're losing our children, our loved ones, for speeding down the highway and just not getting a speeding ticket. We're losing our loved ones while shopping for strawberries at the grocery store. We're losing our loved ones. What are you waiting for? For it to be you? You're waiting for it to be your loved one, your grandma, your uncle, your dad, your son. We're losing our loved ones because they think our lives don't matter. Our lives matter, y'all. Make them understand that. Force the conversations about what we can do about it. I would like to organize a boycott. I don't care what bills you got to do. One day is not going to make that difference. So don't let them change the narrative to some excusional bullshit. Don't let them do it, y'all. You stay focused. And you make them understand that you're saying what you mean and you mean what you say. I would like to organize a boycott to make the Asian community, because I'm aware of what happened the other day, to make the Caucasian community, because we saw what happened yesterday, to make the Black community, who's being lazy about showing our worth, the Latino community, the ones that only want to cry when it happens to them, but they voted for that orange motherfucker to be reelected. I'm talking to all of us. I would like to help organize a boycott. You ain't got to walk. You ain't got to ride your bike. They won't worry about anything being set on fire because we ain't out there. They can't call us animals because we're not out there. They can't call us thugs because we're not out there. They can't tear gas us because we're not out there. We're in the safety of our own home. And if you go to work to escape home, then go to another family member's house. If home is not safe for you, you need to do something the fuck about that too. But I would like to help organize a boycott because we matter. Even you sons of bitches that talk about me behind my back, even though I've never given you a reason, your sorry ass life matters too. Period. It does. Whether I agree with you or not, your life matters too. And so I am really humbly sitting here wondering, when are you going to agree with that? When are you going to agree with it? When is it going to matter to you? What next color movement is it going to take for your ass to feel like you've got something to do? Because I dare say this one is the color of Carmelo Anthony. It ain't pink. It's not white. It's not purple. This movement's name is Carmelo Anthony. No, he ain't dead. But to the white folks, he is. Because his name just ceased to exist. He is now state property, and he's a number. He's no longer a person. Only to the loved ones is he. But where is he? Where is he? The Metcalfs both only really give a fuck about the money. They had 2 separate GoFundMes. They both just bought one new car, and the mom bought an 8-bedroom house. How does that help? I don't know who the Metcalfs are. Hello, Mr. Goods. How are you, love? I see you in my comments often on my page. Thank you for joining us, boo. Thank you. What are we going to do about it, y'all? My email is on my YouTube page. Okay, sexy mama, I got you, boo. What are we going to do about it, y'all? Keep sitting back waiting for subscribers? That's what we're doing? We're sitting back waiting for subscribers, huh? We waiting to see how many cash apps we can get. Hit that like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Man, y'all sitting here getting all this content, but y'all ain't hitting that like button, though. That's what we waiting on. Oh, got you. I see what you putting. Okay. I got you. I got you, Summer Mommy. I got you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Got you. Just wrote that down. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Got you. I got it, boo. I picked it up. I picked up exactly what you was putting down. Absolutely. But I really want to know. And I really do. I urge y'all to start those conversations. If your support, if your subscription is truly appreciated, y'all listen to me here now. Listen to me. Y'all know how people say, oh, I appreciate you coming. Thank y'all for coming. I love you guys' support. Thank you. If that is truly the truth, if that is truly a fact, then your voice matters on their page, on their platform. Use it. Use it. I would like to discuss blah, 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 blah. Y'all, I think we should talk about da, 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 da. Exactly, Sunflower. That's what I said. Are they waiting for something else to happen? And what color movement is that going to be? What's the next one going to be? Green? Huh? Because I'm fucking fed up. Because the fact of the fucking matter is, white or pink, them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about either one. They gave less than a fuck about Naziah Harris. Oh, they didn't give a fuck. They gave this son of a bitch with multiple sexual victims. Thank you, Dwayne, for becoming a member. Thank you, boo. Thank you. They knew about multiple child victims of Jarvis Butts. His own children, his own daughter was one of his victims. And them sons of bitches in Detroit gave him a fucking plea deal. A plea deal. Yes, they did. Did they give Carmelo a plea deal? No. They did it. So I'm sorry, I don't quite fucking understand why the fuck these YouTube streets was so quiet yesterday. Sunflower says yes. but your voice don't matter on some of these platforms unless you are part of a club. Then you know what, Sunflower, and I don't give a fuck who don't like what I'm about to say, because I often say, if I've said anything to offend you, if I've said anything that you don't agree with, or you feel some type of way about me and don't plan on coming back, I look forward to my subscription numbers decreasing. So, Sunflower, what I'm telling you is, if you are a member of a group and you don't have a fucking voice, your voice don't matter, then I need to ask you, Sunflower, as a grown-ass fucking woman, why are you there? Why are you there? Why are you there? If your voice does not matter, even when it's about something so goddamn important, why are you there? I tell y'all all the time, I will drop the link. Come up here and talk with me. I get tired of listening to myself. I want to hear y'all. I want to know what the hell most of y'all voices sound like. All I know is a fictitious name and an emoji. And that's fine. And you can stay anonymous and just give your voice, because your voice matters. Dwayne said, I love your content. I can always come in and there's no bullshit. No, Dwayne, Mr. Goods, I don't know how to do that. And I know I can be quite aggressive or abrasive sometimes, but it's all out of love. It really is. It really, really is. But thank you, love. And again, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. I look forward to experiencing and learning some of your perspective on the things that we talk about. Make yourself available a little more. Okay? Thank you, brother. Sunflower, I think you need to think about that, baby. Because this is an important subject. I wouldn't give a fuck about where somebody live, how much money somebody make. Are they really this or are they really that? And Summer Mommy, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I said that night. Okay, Mr. Goods, thank you, baby. I said that night when we were up on my panel. I said it. I said, Summer Mommy, I love you and I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly, but where that bitch work at really ain't even the point. That's a small lie to the mountain of lies that were told. Did I not, Summer Mom? Like, you know what I mean? I don't, Summer Mommy says, I love how Sean B come each and every time. I've never seen phony. Sean B, you're a great spokesperson. Please keep it going. I love you too, boo. Thank you. Sunflower says, I don't have any memberships because I support who I support by showing up. And me having a membership shouldn't be the only way I'm seen. I love it here, though, because my content is already read. Absolutely, Sunflower. The only time I don't read y'all's comments is when y'all are talking to one another. And I'm trying to stay focused on, what's turning in my head. But I do my damnedest to acknowledge everyone. We family here. Your voice matters, whether I agree with it or not. And you're right. You don't have to have a membership on my channel. You don't. Absolutely. You got the key to come in. For real. You got the key to come in already. Your seat is spoken for. Nobody can fill that but you. Nobody can fill Summer Moms or Mr. Goods or Lady. Y'all understand me? Miss Linda. Miss B, Tina's, nobody's. Nicole's, right? Nobody's. Sexy Mamas, nobody's. Pamela, nobody can fill y'all seats at all. Ashley Boy Mom, can't nobody. Miss Peanut, can't nobody. Perfect Blackness, girl, you gained, I think that's, I don't know. Perfect Blackness, you have a seat. Nobody can fill it but you. Y'all are definitely strong in your own spots. That's a fact. Buttercup, you already know. Tawana, your seat is yours. I don't want y'all. Nisi, Nay, you already know, boo. Steptoe, you know we up and stuck. Y'all understand me? Y'all don't have to get memberships. You don't. I remember a dumb motherfucker said something to me about having a problem with me saying, don't gift any more memberships. That tells me that motherfucker was hoping to get one of them, did they not? See, they can't stand it when a motherfucker is truly standing on principle. Principle. Sunflower said, I could have said that better, but was just rushing to type. Baby, take your time. Sunflower said, you are the only one that does that from what I've seen. But don't hold me to it, laugh out loud, before somebody shares that from my it is definitely your observation. And how could you know? You're not everywhere. If there are some people out there that conduct their channel the way that I conduct mine, well then great. I'm sure Sunflower is only speaking in general from what she's seen. And her eyes give her perspective. Don't nobody hate her for that. If you do it, great. But I want y'all to know that it's happening. They are diabolically decreasing our numbers one way or another. Methodically decreasing our numbers one way or another. Right, Sunflower, she said, you go down your comment list, and I get it. Some people just don't have time to do that, but it's just a really good thing that you do that. I understand, Sunflower. I understand. People want to be acknowledged. They're giving up their time. They feel like you can give them a second. I got it to give. Okay. I got it to give. Y'all, they're trying to get rid of us. Just want y'all to know that. Are we going to let them? While we sitting back talking about bullshit? Are we going to let them? I'm willing to help in any way that I can. If y'all hear about someone organizing a boycott, I don't want no bullshit tag to my page, shared to me. No, I am serious, and I only want serious information. If y'all know about anyone talking about wanting to link up and talk to anyone about organizing a boycott, because I believe that will get their attention. God damn it, we done tried everything else. We tried everything else. Except for that one goddamn thing. And we know it worked. We know it worked. Because we no longer had to sit at the back of the bus. Ooh. See, because a motherfucker was going to try to come for me. But I had to cut him off at the path. Boycotts work. That's why we could sit at the front of the bus now. Oh, okay. Okay. That's why black people have insurance at their jobs now. Lives that are lost at their place of employment matters now. Miss Linda, I've been saying this since day one. All lives matter. It's unfortunate that Austin was raised to be the way that he is. That's very the fuck unfortunate. Because maybe had his piss poor ass, racist ass parents had taught him different, his Krispy Kreme ass would still be here. No? No? Yes, Sunflower. Our culture is busy being crabs in a bucket, walking around with their ass hanging out their shorts, or whatever the fuck it is they're wearing, okay? Talking about, the holes on their bodies, showing off too much, expecting too little. All these black boys, most of these black boys out here, they ain't thinking about nothing but who got the bigger gun, when they neither one of them supposed to have one. And where the fuck is the parents at? Somewhere acting like they don't know. Somewhere acting like they don't see it. They're not aware. And it's bullshit. And it's very pathetic. We're losing our lives, y'all. We're losing our lives. People are saying that they're tired of it. Make them prove it. Your voice matters. And so does your life. Y'all be good. Peace.
Yeah. Sean B on YouTube. Ooh, yeah. Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.